While headlines celebrate success, a different, quieter story is unfolding for some of our most beloved Black icons. These are the struggles they never asked for, the diagnoses that changed everything, and the courageous fights you never saw coming. Stay with us as we honor 15 Black stars who are facing serious health challenges, reminding us all of the fragile line between stardom and our shared humanity. Clarence Avant. He was known as the godfather of Black music, a titan whose influence shaped the careers of legends from Bill Withers to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Clarence Avant's legacy was one of quiet power and immense respect, a behind-the-scenes force who built empires. But in recent years, the stalwart businessman began a quiet, personal battle away from the industry he helped define. The vibrant force that negotiated million-dollar deals and mentored generations was facing the inexorable challenge of time and age-related illnesses. The man who once commanded rooms with his wisdom now fights a battle that no amount of influence can halt. A poignant reminder that even the strongest among us are vulnerable. John Singleton burst onto the Hollywood scene with the seismic force of Boys in the Hood, a film that earned him an Oscar nomination for Best Director, making him the youngest and first Black American to ever achieve that honor. Then, in April 2019, his world shifted. While working in Costa Rica, Singleton suffered a stroke. He was rushed back to the United States and hospitalized. Tragically, on April 28, 2019, they made the heart-wrenching decision to take him off life support. And if the loss of John Singleton was a sudden storm, the journey of the next icon has been a long, slow sunset. A battle against a thief that steals memories. Gene Chandler. The name is synonymous with one of the most iconic songs in soul music history, Duke of Earl. For decades, his smooth baritone and dapper stage presence, complete with cape and cane, made him a beloved figure in R&B. He was a hitmaker, a label executive, and a constant, charming presence on the oldies circuit. But in the last several years, the Duke's court has grown quiet. Close associates and old friends in the Chicago music scene have shared that Chandler is in the advanced stages of Alzheimer's disease. Irene Cara was the voice of a generation's ambition. As the star of Fame, she sang the anthem that pushed millions to Remember My Name. And then, she provided the electrifying voice for Flashdrance's What a Feeling, a song that earned her an Academy Award and a Grammy. But the bright lights of fame can be fickle. Despite her success, she faced legal battles with her record label that stalled her career. In the decades that followed, she retreated from the spotlight, her public appearances becoming rare. Then, in November 2022, the world received the tragic news that Irene Cara had passed away at her home in Florida. The story of a fading voice is heartbreaking, but it connects deeply to the narrative of a comedy giant whose own booming laugh was silenced by a relentless illness. John Witherspoon. For over 4 decades, his face and his unique, raspy voice were a guaranteed source of laughter. From the wisecracking dad on Friday to the hilariously grumpy grandfather on the Boondocks, Witherspoon was a comedic institution. He was the uncle everyone wished they had, a master of timing whose bang 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 became a cultural catchphrase. His energy seemed boundless, a fact he often credited to his clean living. He never touched alcohol or any recreational substances, which is why his sudden death in October 2019 was such a profound shock. He passed away at his home at the age of 77. If these stories are moving you, if they're making you think about the fragility of life behind the fame, then do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We are dedicated to bringing you these powerful human stories, and your support helps us honor these legends properly. Freddie Starr. While not American, his story is a crucial part of the global conversation about health and fame. The British comedian was a whirlwind of chaotic energy, a television superstar in the UK known for his outrageous pranks and unpredictable behavior. His life, however, was a roller coaster of public scandals, financial troubles, and declining health. In the years leading up to his death, Starr became a recluse, living in Spain and suffering from crippling arthritis and heart problems. In May 2019, he was found dead in his apartment at the age of 76. The coroner's report stated he died of arteriosclerotic cardiovascular disease. Moving from a comedic whirlwind to a soulful songbird, our next story is one of a voice that defined an era, now facing a battle that threatens her greatest gift. Randy Crawford possesses one of the most distinctive and soothing voices in music history. Her 1979 classic, Street Life, with the Crusaders, is a masterpiece of cool, jazzy soul, and her solo hit, One Day I'll Fly Away, has been covered by the biggest names in the world. For decades, her elegant, crystalline vocals have been a source of comfort and sophistication. However, in recent years, fans have noticed a change. Insiders close to the singer have hinted at a devastating diagnosis, a progressive neurological condition that is similar to Parkinson's disease. John H. White. A Pulitzer Prize-winning photojournalist, White spent decades capturing the soul of Chicago through his lens for the Chicago Sun-Times. He was a visual poet, a historian with a camera. But the man who documented so much life is now in a fight for his own. White has been publicly battling prostate cancer for years. He has faced the disease with the same courage and spirit that defined his work, undergoing treatments while continuing to mentor young photographers and share his vast knowledge. His wife, Sandra White, has been his rock throughout the ordeal. The resilience of a photographer facing cancer is awe-inspiring, and it mirrors the fierce battle of a legendary actress whose name is synonymous with strength and grace. Cicely Tyson was more than an actress. She was an icon of integrity, a force of nature who dedicated her 6-decade career to portraying strong, nuanced Black women. She seemed ageless, a testament to a life of discipline and purpose, which is why the announcement of her passing in January 2021 at the age of 96 felt so momentous. While she lived a long, full life, her final years were marked by the natural decline that comes with advanced age. If you're finding this content meaningful, please take a second to share this video with a friend. Let's spread awareness and honor these incredible individuals together. Bobby Nelson. For over 50 years, she was the gentle, steady musical heart beside her younger brother, Willie Nelson. A piano virtuoso from childhood, Bobby's elegant playing was the foundation of Willie's band, Family. Her life was a story of profound resilience. She survived an abusive marriage, the tragic death of her young son, and found solace and strength in her faith and her music. But time inevitably takes its toll. In the last few years of her life, Bobby's health began to decline due to complications related to old age. From the graceful keys of a piano legend, we turn to the powerful, soul-stirring voice of a gospel queen whose own instrument is now under threat. Shirley Caesar. The First Lady of Gospel Music has been a towering figure in the genre for over 70 years. With hits like Hold My Mule and No Charge, her passionate, fiery deliveries have brought congregations to their feet and earned her a staggering 11 Grammy Awards. Her voice is a force of spiritual power. Now in her mid-80s, Queen Shirley, as she is affectionately known, is facing the inevitable challenges of aging. While she still makes appearances, her once relentless touring schedule has slowed. She has been open about her struggles with arthritis and the general fatigue that comes with a life lived so vigorously. Bill Withers. He gave the world some of its most enduring and soulful anthems. Ain't No Sunshine, Lean on Me, Lovely Day, and Just the Two of Us. His songs are woven into the fabric of global culture, timeless in their simplicity and emotional depth. Then, at the height of his fame in the 1980s, he walked away. In his later years, he faced significant health challenges. It was revealed that he suffered from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, a debilitating respiratory illness. He also privately battled the slow cognitive decline associated with dementia. The quiet fate of a songwriting genius resonates with the story of a hip-hop pioneer whose own voice was tragically silenced far too soon. Bushwick Bill. As the diminutive, visually impaired dynamo of the groundbreaking hip-hop group Ghetto Boys, Bushwick Bill was a figure of shocking lyrical realism and dark charisma. His life, however, was a series of public traumas, including a famous 1991 incident where he was shot in the eye by his girlfriend, which he initially claimed was a suicide attempt. For years, he struggled with addiction, famously battling a dependency on the substance often referred to as syringe juice. These struggles took a catastrophic toll on his body. If you haven't already, please like this video and leave a comment below telling us which story has touched you the most. Jill Scott. The neo-soul queen emerged in the early 2000s with a voice that was both powerful and sensual. A poet whose songs like A Long Walk and The Way became the soundtrack for love and self-discovery. She embodied a vibrant, healthy, and joyful Black womanhood. Recently, however, Jill has been open about a serious health scare. In 2022, she revealed to her fans that she had undergone a major surgical procedure to remove a large, non-cancerous tumor from her torso. From a soul singer's surgical scare to a rap icon's neurological fight, the next story shows that no level of success can shield you from life's harshest challenges. Phife Dawg. The 5-foot assassin with the rough, rugged voice was one-third of the legendary hip-hop group A Tribe Called Quest. Phife, whose real name was Malik Taylor, was also very public about his lifelong battle with type 1 diabetes. For years, he managed the disease while maintaining a hectic touring and recording schedule, but the toll was immense. He underwent a kidney transplant in 2008, with his wife Deisha Taylor donating one of her own kidneys to save his life. Despite this, the years of illness weakened his body. In March 2016, the world was devastated to learn that Phife Dawg had passed away at the age of 45 due to complications from diabetes. Tony Bennett. While not a Black artist, his story is inextricably linked to and honored by the Black community, particularly through his historic collaborations with the Black icons of jazz and his civil rights activism. In 2021, his family, including his wife Susan Crowe, revealed a secret he had been keeping for several years. Tony Bennett had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2016. His final public performance was a pair of legendary concerts at Radio City Music Hall with his duet partner Lady Gaga in 2021. And from the slow fade of a crooner, we turn to the abrupt, shocking collapse of a comedian whose laughter hid a world of pain. Ian Carey. A world-renowned DJ and producer, Carey was the mastermind behind the massive 2007 dance hit, Get Shaky. His career was on a steady upward trajectory, which is why it was so shocking when, in March 2021, Ian Carey was found dead in his Las Vegas apartment. He was just 41 years old. The Clark County Coroner's Office later confirmed that his death was the result of an accidental overdose, a toxic combination of the synthetic opioid fentanyl and the anxiety medication alprazolam. These 15 stories are more than just headlines. They teach us that fame and fortune are no match for illness, and that behind every celebrated name is a human being with their own private battles. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new video. See you in the next one.